Okay, here we go.
It's Doc 729.
Doc 729, yes, sir. He's on desktop. Hey, Metadie.
Okay. Hey.
Hi, how are
Whoa.
you? How are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I'm
Thank you for
good. I got on
coming.
two outfits, don't I? Of course I do.
Thank you.
Excuse me for a
W-
minute.
It, I wouldn't
Hold
have
on.
known.
It's
It looks
good.
good together.
It's from
No, the other one.
that was
Put
from
the
last
other one
night. No.
on.
No. That was from last night.
Oh, is it okay? Okay.
Not last night.
Yeah.
Let me send you a friend request. Oh, well,
I
I
think
think
we
that.
are
Are we
friends.
already friends? We
Yeah, we
already
already
friends.
friends.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, definitely.
Just
Thank you
thought
for
I'd make
pulling
my
up.
rounds.
Make sure you stay for when we actually start chopping it up about the book. You know.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. I'm like one of the social butterflies in here, and I got like three places to be at tonight. Unfortunately,
Well, come
yeah.
here. Let me show you the link to my book then. While you here.
Okay.
Oh, you can't stay for for him to read it?
What time is he? What time are you gonna be reading it?
It's
I
starting
just
in a
want to give
couple of
people.
minutes. We just
Oh,
letting
okay.
people come
Okay.
in.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm good. Yeah. I'm good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
here is
we
the
just letting
link.
people get here. Letting
Hello, now
see.
I'm back.
There you go.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ancestry.
I traced my ancestry all the way back to the 1400s,
Okay.
and here is, if you're looking over here, you can see a picture. This is my fourth great grandmother,
Okay. Oh wow.
Phyllis,
Uh huh.
and she was a slave 5 times. She was
Oh
sold into slavery
wow.
5 times, and she finally got with this slave owner. And this
Oh
is my
wow.
fourth great grandfather.
Okay.
And they ended up having my third great grandfather right here. And so
Okay.
all of this is a part of the book, you know.
Okay. Okay.
How you doing today, fam? You doing all right?
Wow.
I'm doing well. How are you?
Man, I'm good, family. Thank you for coming, man. I
I'm impressed
appreciate it.
that you can you hear me?
Good. Let me see
Yeah,
who else is
I
online.
can hear
Okay,
you.
Let
great.
me
Said you're
moderators.
impressed.
I'm very impressed.
Man, no doubt, bro. Thank you very
Okay.
much, man. If you guys
Can I add
click
you as
this
a
link
friend?
right up, sure, of
Can I add
course.
you? Great.
Yes, sir. If you click this link right up here, this will take you
Uh-huh.
to our website where we're doing pre-orders
Okay.
for the book.
Okay.
And
Okay.
we also got merch like the shirts that you see, cameraman
Okay.
wearing and Rich wearing.
Okay.
We got our Ahava Elyon shirts.
Okay.
It's just merch for our book project.
Mm-hmm.
We want to
Okay.
make this a real event. We want to sell some books in here tonight because the book is a fast-paced book,
Okay.
and it's something you'll really enjoy
Okay, so you
reading.
said something. You see, you want to make this a real event. What makes you think it's not a real event?
Huh?
What makes you think it's not a real event? This is a real event. It's a real event.
I know that. No, no, no. I
Okay.
know that. But I'm talking about I want to sell some books in here.
Oh, okay. Got you. Got you. Got you. Okay.
Be,
Okay.
and that because that's what it's for. You know,
Right.
I want it to be lit. I want it
Yeah,
I
I
want it to be
understand.
lit.
I totally understand.
Decision on whether to run for reelection.
Let me see if my soror on her way over.
It's our website right there.
Oh gosh.
I got a message here.
Hold on.
Doc, I accepted that, bro. Hello, how you
Well,
guys doing
that's
today?
great.
Hello.
Hi.
I'll post your book
Hey there.
on our
Hey,
You
magazine
got
Hey,
site.
Saeed.
madam.
Hey,
you
Hey.
gonna
Saeed.
post?
How are
Thank you, bro.
Hi.
you?
Thank you.
Hello.
Everything
Guys,
Hello.
up
I'm
here is
Ahava.
grabbable also. The
Nice to meet
books
you
are
guys.
grabbable. Like you can
Hi,
pick
Z.
Nice
everything
to
up
meet you.
that's up
Uh-huh.
here.
Nice to
Okay.
meet
So
you
the book
guys.
Oh, Elyon
covers.
Let
was
me
just
turn on
messaging
the.
you. Hey, El.
Hey y'all. Hey Second Life.
Hey.
Ahava.
Hey, how's it
Wonder
going?
Shay.
Hey, everybody.
So,
Hey.
Hey. You know, hey Doc.
Yes. Yes.
Hey Mama.
You
You get my
guys,
message.
welcome.
Hey, Mama.
Y-
I just saw
yeah,
you a few
yeah.
hours ago.
You did.
Right,
I know,
literally.
right? Oh my God. Meta. I don't girl, I woke up. Everybody listening. Um
You
I
guys,
woke
this
up.
is the host area. If y'all
Oh,
want y'all's conversation to be a little more quiet or just between y'all, all you got to do is just step right there on the steps, and then I don't think nobody else will be able to
Yeah,
hear
the
you.
step.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh, that's
anywhere on the steps
cool.
on
But let
back.
me
All of
check
that
this
down there is
out.
host zone.
Stolen book. Okay, hold
Yep,
on.
this is my book right here, you guys. It's released. You can
Oh.
actually buy a copy of the book right here. If you click this link
uh-huh.
right there, that Ahava Elyon link right there, it'll take you to our
Uh-huh.
website where you can buy the book. And here shortly, we're gonna start. We're just giving people a chance to come in. We're gonna
Mm-hmm.
read a chapter, and I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit about the book, and y'all can ask me some questions, and just chop it up, do a little nice little building session.
Okay. Nice. Let me put it back. Okay.
Let me grab my
Now
let me grab my
the
laser
open
tool.
books are also grabbable, and you're able to read
Okay.
in here. So, like for example, over here is about the author. So if you grab this
Uh-huh.
one, you're able to actually, if, yeah. And then this one, this is what he's actually going to be reading here shortly.
Okay.
Okay.
Which nobody is allowed to touch. I'm just playing. And my pointer tool done fell on the ground. Everybody looks so
Hey,
nice
April.
tonight, man.
You gonna put your outfit on?
Oh, yeah.
What do I have on?
Hold on.
Oh. Oh wow.
You look
oh,
nice.
is it down the hall?
Oh, thank
Look good.
you. So do you.
The MR. Well, yeah, it's right there.
Thank you
It's out
very
there.
much. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you for the invite. This is awesome.
Ohio Kings,
No
AAU,
problem.
100
Yeah,
Kings event.
these are the books down here. If you, they're all. You can grab everything down here, but that's
Yep. Everything is grabbable.
This is
You can
actually his
pick up a
mom.
book and
His
check out
mom
the
is on the
cover.
chain right here, so that's his mom, and
Oh,
these are the
wow.
books.
Very cool.
Yeah,
Hi, how are
but
you?
everything's grabbable.
Good. Okay. Hi, El Boogie. How you
Oh,
doing, girl?
hey, April. My angel. Okay. Oh, I hate
That's
when that
beautiful.
happens and it just falls. Um, Matt, are you
That's
there?
beautiful.
Ready?
She's
Ready?
stuck. How you doing,
Oh
Doc?
yeah, I mean we could, but you think we should give people a
Wow.
little more time to come in?
Doing
No,
well,
let's
thanks.
start. Let's
Let's
start.
start.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is
All right.
How
cool.
you
Okay,
doing,
Hey,
everyone. So we're going to
girl.
go ahead and get
April?
Good.
started.
Nice to
If
see
everybody
you.
can
Hi,
go
nice
up in the
to see you.
seating, that way
Indeed.
he's the only one on the host. And so he's going to go ahead and get started now.
Okay.
Okay, let me sit down. Let me sit by
Wow.
Jay. Let me sit up here by
Hey.
you.
PJs on
Okay.
April.
I think Meta done
Hello.
froze up.
Hey.
Oh, okay.
Hello, you guys. Thank you everybody for coming out today. Like, man, I'm really thankful for you guys to take your time out to come and hear about my story. So, my name is Ahava Elyon. Okay, and my book is called Stolen. Stolen from my mother, named after stolen from my father, I'm sorry, and named after my mother's murderer. I'm named after a man who finessed, coerced, and menaced my mother in misrepresenting that he was my biological father. and he used control and intimidation in order to keep the lie going. And when he couldn't control her any longer, he shot and killed my mother while she was asleep and told everyone she committed suicide. And the police took his word for it and never arrested him. In my whole life, 47 years, I believed that he was my dad until a DNA test revealed all the lies and the deceit. A true crime epic and a prime example of truth being stranger than fiction. Stolen, the book of Ahava Elyon. Stolen from my father, named after my mother's murderer. You know, that's what my book is about. And today I'm just going to read just my forward of the book, and I'm going to read the first chapter. Okay. I found all of this stuff out October 13th of 2022.
Wow.
And so far I've been able to write a full book, which is in editing right now. I own businesses from Dayton, Ohio, and I've been owning my businesses for over 23 years now. And this is a retail location that I've had. My companies are called Gold for Your Mouth and T-Shirt Kings. And I also own a podcast, a studio. And so I'll read from the book now to kind of give more details about what I'm talking about. And then after that, I want you guys to just kind of ask some questions about, you know, either what I read or what I told you guys about, or, you know, if you got any questions, I'll be willing to answer them because it's a very interesting story.
The mics
To
on the
me.
sides right here allow you to go into host zone. So when you ask a question, grab one of the mics that's on the side so everyone can hear you.
October 13th, 2022 was the day I found out who my father was. I'm 47 years old, and it set me off on a journey that is still unfolding right now. Today is November the 11th, not even a month later, and I've put together over 400 pages of my story, which you are about to read. I called all my closest family members and friends and told them the news about my father, and I was met with the best love and support anyone could ask for. One conversation that I had with one of my best friends, Brian Fales, aka Chill B, pushed me to do what I was thinking to do anyway: write a book and shoot a movie series. No fictional story could be any crazier than what you're about to read. When I talked to Chill, I was driving through the California desert with Marmar English, aka Sweet Elyon, coming from Los Angeles, headed to Vegas to catch a flight home. We were in the middle of nowhere when Chilby called and asked me what was up with the new name he seen on Facebook. He told me I couldn't let my old name go because of all the work I put in to make it for myself. Then I told him why I was changing my name. He said, "Damn, this is a movie." And I said, "I already know, a movie and a book." That's my forward. And here's chapter 1, setting the scene. November of 2022, an autobiography interview happened. The interview is of myself, Ahava Elyon. My name is pronounced Ah-Ha-Va El-Eon. And I was formerly known as Todd Smetley, aka Smed, from Dayton, Ohio. I own a few businesses in Dayton, most notably T-Shirt Kings and Gold for Your Mouth. The interview was conducted by Curtis Peanut Johnson and Broderick B-Nut Kearney at Camera King Studio via the Legendary People podcast. The interview was streamed to YouTube and recorded as a video. I sat on one side of a big brown conference table with a black Blue Yeti tabletop microphone with two cameras pointed at me, shooting different directions. There is a T-shirt King's backdrop behind me and several Heineken beer bottles on the table that all three interview participants drunk during the course of the sit down. Peanut and Beanut are sitting across the table from me. Peanut to my left, Peanut to the right. Peanut switched the camera's angles while asking questions, which were pretty much freestyle, also organized to also organized by important topics that needed to be brought out to tell the complete story. The studio is normally used for guests who come in and tell their life stories, how they became good at whatever they're known best for in life. The studio is broken down into three main areas: Camera King Studios, which is a photography studio. It has a photo backdrop with huge portrait examples of different customers who have taken family pictures. The next area is the podcast studio, which features a large brown oval shaped conference table, very high from the ground, with high lifting blue conference chairs. There is a green screen behind the host on the wall and a 70-inch flat screen on a swivel mount at the foot end of the conference table. And the last area is an office slash area where the control center for producing videos and control is done for the podcast and engineering the show that takes place in the studio. Now you have a visual of the set for the interview that you're about to read. So, what I just read right there was the first chapter, which is setting the scene of the podcast that took place. So, we did a 6-hour podcast, and I took the podcast and I transcribed it into a book. And we did a whole interview. So, what I did there was just kind of set the scene for the reader to visualize how the podcast looked, who was doing the podcast, and the table and the area that was in the podcast. The area of how the podcast looked. I'm sorry. Okay. And so in this story, I find out that who I thought was my father my whole life was not my father. And that could happen to people all the time. But the problem was I was named after a man who is not my father. And that man murdered my mother. So I had to change my name, right? And it was a it's a it's a situation that I'm ready to handle and that I'm handling right now, but it makes a big difference and a shift in your life. You know, I own a business in a medium-sized to small town where I feel like a lot of people know me, you know? And for me to change my name all of a sudden is kind of like it's a big deal and it's kind of weird in my city.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
So the book explains it all. But that's just a basic synopsis of my book and kind of like what I got going on. And um, I'd like to take some questions and just kind of ask about my book or ask about some of the things that's going on. One other thing before I do that, I did want to turn around and point to something. I'll grab this pointer Rich set up for me. So if you guys look here on the board, this is my ancestry.com family tree. This one portion of it. And I trace my ancestry back to the 1400s. So what kind of got me to do the DNA test is there is a lot of there's a school of thought. It says that the brothers and sisters, blacks in America, are the indigenous people of this land, and that the North Atlantic slave trade was not as huge as what they're claiming to be, but the brothers and sisters that are in America actually have always been here. And so I wanted to start researching my family history to see did I have a lot of Native Americans in my family, this and that. And so when I got to my father's side of the family, I was always a little uncertain who my dad was. I just had doubts. And so that's what prompted me to take the DNA test. And when I did, that's when kind of like all the things that are in my book unfolded. But I did want to put up just this record to kind of just show like part of my journey that led me to writing the book. Along this journey, I found my grandmother here. Let me grab my pointer tool again. This is my grandmother, Phyllis McRoslin. And you can see this is 1806 to 1912. My fourth great grandmother lived to be 106 years old. And she was a slave and she was sold 5 times as a slave as early as 9 years old and 10 years old being sold. And I got all the documents and records of her being sold in the manifest of the ships that she was sold on from from South Carolina to Georgia. And I have all of these records, but she was sold to my fourth great grandfather, who is Joseph Elder Biggs. This JE stands for Joseph Elder. And he ended up being with my grandmother and had 5 children with her. And in ancestry.com, they have her listed as a wife of his, but he also had another wife, which, you know, I don't know if slaves could actually marry their master, but he had 5 children with her. But they had my third great grandfather, which is Edmund Biggs, and you know, on down the line to my father, to my grandfather, and to my mom, and then to me. So I thought that this was really cool. Outside here, when you first come in the lobby where you spawn into, there's a big picture of my grandmother. On you guys' way out, y'all can take a look at her. I thought that it was neat that I was actually able to find those pictures. Like I traced my aunt. Yeah, I traced my ancestry back to the 1400s. A lot of my family is from England,
Oh, where?
and I found common ancestors. I have a 10th great grandmother named Bridget Goddard. Bridget Goddard is my 11th great grandmother. And when I was searching all this information, I seen like the royal family inside of my ancestry chart. And Queen of England that just passed away is my 11th great grandmother, is her 10th great grandmother. And I thought that that was another thing that was like, dang, man, that's crazy, right? Like I would have never thought something like that. But all of these things, and then when you start looking at some of the names that are on here, now that's a different leg on my ancestry where Bridget Goddard is. Even on this leg, you got Kingsmill Goddard. Here you got Goddard, daughter of Edward the First. Then you got Baron Goddard. You got William Corduroy. He was major. Uh, where is it at? Oh, Sir Thomas Morris, Lady Alice. Like all of these, a lot of these people. William Corduroy. This Goddard, daughter of this is Bridget Goddard right here. As a matter of fact, when you get up close on it, you'll see the crown, the Queen's crown of England, part of this ancestry chart. But going back here, you can see here Charles Edward Moore. And if you know anything about the last name Moore, the Moors were in Spain. And they coming out of Morocco. And for a while they came in and they was like black people who came into Spain and helped civilize Europe during some of what they called the Dark Ages, you know? And so I think that my family's got like all these different kind of cool parts that I learned through ancestry. So outside of just the book about my mom and my childhood and all of the things that happened. There's another side of the story too, just kind of like going back, searching your ancestry, and then it just seems cool to find out where your roots are coming from. So
Right.
I want to
Yeah.
just open up to some questions if anybody has any questions. I'm
I
chopping it
do.
up with you.
So, do
Okay.
you have? Are you the only
Oh,
child?
can
Do you have
can
any
can you
siblings?
please
Oh,
You can
can you
you can
please
grab
grab
this
the
mic
mic?
real quick.
That way everyone can hear
okay.
you. There's one on both sides also. There's a mic on both
Oh,
sides.
You can
okay.
back up and just point to it and grab it.
I can hear you.
It's not letting me, but it's okay.
It
There you
won't
Okay.
go.
it won't
That sounds
you you
good.
just
Oh.
you just do it like this.
Okay. Let me see
It,
if I can get it from you, Rich. Come on.
if you point your cursor, your raycast at it, it doesn't highlight.
It does highlight, but I don't see like the
But then
little ridges.
you use your squeezer. Yeah.
Trigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know how to do it, but for some reason it's not letting me.
Oh,
But
well, just come down into the stage a little bit then. Just so that
Yeah, come
everyone
okay.
down
can
here
hear.
into the
Because yeah,
host
just
area.
come. Yeah,
Okay.
that'll be fine.
Ahava, nice to meet you.
Nice to
I
meet you
just
too.
wanted to, and I know about being from a small state, a small city or whatever, because I'm from Ohio as well, but I'm from Akron.
Oh,
Um,
Yeah.
okay.
and I just wanted to ask you, are you the only child? Do you have any like sisters or brothers? And how are you coping, or are you dealing with anything now? Like, just I mean, I know you just found out, like, how is that affecting you or your life now? And, if you have sisters or brothers, you, you know, how is that? How are they like, supporting, how does that all come into play? Or are you the only child of
Yeah.
your mother?
That's a great question. So I have an older brother and I have an older sister. Um, their who I thought was their father ended up being my
Mm,
father as well. And my brother and my sister, man, we are like really close. We love each other. When I
okay,
took the
that's good.
DNA, when I took
Mm-hmm.
the DNA test to figure out if Todd was my father or not, we all kind of was just sitting there waiting. It took about a week for the test to come back, and
Uh-huh.
we all was just like chilling together, just waiting for it to come back. And then when it finally came back that we do all had the same father, I think we was all
Oh,
really happy and we all like was overjoyed
yeah.
about it. Yeah,
Wow.
man.
Okay.
So, yeah,
Okay.
but my brother and my sister, we've always lived together our whole life. We lived together when my our mother was alive, and then after our mother passed away, we went and moved in with their father. And my whole life I lived with my father. Well, from the time I was 11 until I was
Wow.
18, I lived with my real father, right?
Oh,
But we never knew.
y'all
We never
never.
knew.
Wow.
We never
That's
knew.
Okay.
crazy.
And one
Okay.
crazy thing about it, my real father, his whole life, I mean, my whole life, he's called me Junior, talking
Wow.
about another man's Junior.
Wow.
This story, when it comes to my mother and who my stepfather is, who killed
Mm,
my mom, man, their relationship and how they ended up getting together is in the book. And
mm,
it was just, I feel like God like didn't like that relationship at all from the beginning
Mhm.
because both of them were married to other people and they
Mm.
both left the people that they were with and came
Jesus.
together.
Mm.
And that was
Mm.
mm.
kind of like, and like my mother was, I was young. I was, you know, she probably was pregnant with me and or just born. She was already falling out of love with my real father. And she had ended up meeting my stepfather, who was like a crime boss gangster. It was a real this like organized crime member, and
Mm.
she loved that bad boy at that point, but it ended up being the worst thing ever. But what he did
Mhm.
was, in order to control my mother and make sure that he could always have be a part of her life, he told her that she didn't have to worry about being with my real father anymore, or worry about that she's got a new baby with him, because he would be my father. He would step in and be my father. And
Oh,
she didn't need him to need my real father to be my father, because he would take care of me better than he could ever do. And, you know,
Yeah.
finessing,
right.
coercing, menacing, intimidating, and and
Right.
all of that. And my mother isn't blameless, but she was finessed, and
Okay.
before she could break away and tell me the truth, like
It
I
was too.
said, the tragedy
Yeah.
happened. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I thank you. I just wanted to give
Thank
you a
you too.
hug. I'm
Oh,
sorry
I
that this
appreciate that.
happened. Yeah.
No doubt. No doubt. But I am one thing that I do want to build on is, even though I am telling a story that is perceived to be sad, I don't I'm not a victim. I don't want to fall into a category of like victimization.
Of
I
course.
am just turning a stumbling block into a stepping stone, or tragedy into triumph. And this story is my story, but I think so many other people go through serious situations that are
Yeah.
equal to the pain, that they can just undertake my story and find comfort to know that they ain't the only person in the world that seemed like they didn't had to go through something.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Right.
you know, like, misery loves company in a way. And since I understand that, I can give you guys something that's miserable for you to read and just know, like, look, man, damn, I ain't so bad off. Or, just find comfort that you got other people that are going through stuff too, that you ain't the
Yeah.
only one, and you just ain't a bad luck person, but these are things that happen to everybody.
Yeah. We all have a story.
We do.
Hmm.
We do. It's all in the book of Ahava. And my name, by the way, you guys, my name is Ahava Elyon. That name means love. Ahava means love. That's Kanaga or Hebrew, right? And then El Elyon means the Most High God. So my name means love the Most High God. And
Amen.
when it was time for me to pick a new name, I was trying to think what name would be best to pick. And I just wanted to pick something that was truly good, and name myself something that would be destined for righteousness and good things. So that's how I chose that name.
Amen.
But and I do want to just thank everybody for coming out, you guys. I know that it is a busy world and there's a lot of things to do, and attention spans are getting shorter and shorter, man, as more things to do become available. So I
Did you
just want to let everybody go ahead and go.
question?
But
I have a
thank y'all for
question.
coming by the book. Come on,
Question,
what's your
baby.
question?
Oh, did you I did the ancestry test too. I
Uh huh.
did the ancestry.com, and I also did the heritage test. Was
Can
it
can you
Yeah.
come can you come down? Can you
okay?
come down onto the, or
Come
grab the
down.
mic? Or
Let's
you can
try to
grab
do
the
that.
mic.
Let me see. Did I get it? No.
You you can point at it. If you point at it, it'll
Uh,
turn blue. Then just squeeze. Yeah. I don't know why. Okay. Well,
alright.
I can grab it.
well, yeah.
Might
You
be
could
a
just
host
come down
thing. You
here.
might
You
have to
could
be
just
a
come
host to
down
do.
here. Yeah.
Okay.
Just come. Yeah. Just come down here. Yeah. Maybe only
Yeah.
admins can do it then.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah. Down
Yeah.
there
I'm
is
gonna
fine.
tell you. I did that. Oh.
I'm listening to you.
Yeah. Yeah. I did the heritage test too. I did it.
Hello.
With Ancestry.com and Heritage.com. I did both of them to compare the results, see if they
Did
came
you?
out the same. Yeah. And I was looking at your
Mm,
family tree, and when you said Goddard, well, that's the Goddard has like how many? The Goddard has two O's or just one? I'm looking at that one has two O's in it. I have a aunt. Well, my mom's sisters, they're Goddards. They're from
really?
they from Panama. Yeah,
Wow.
on that side. Yeah.
That's
And I
man,
have
that is
some
really cool. It's a small world.
yeah. And then I have some friends. I have like two friends that are bigs. They're
Do you?
here in North Carolina.
Well,
Yeah.
North Carolina, yeah, my family was in North Carolina. My grandmother, Phyllis Biggs, came from North Carolina to Georgia,
Oh,
right?
okay.
But she ended up marrying into the Biggs family, but they could have, went back or
Mm-hmm.
something. Biggs and there is a lot of Biggs out here. Yeah, Biggs.
Yeah. Yeah. The same, just like that. They spell just like that. I have two friends that were the
Yeah,
bigs with big names.
yep. I'm a
Yeah.
Biggs. I'm a Biggs. My grandfather is Biggs. My mother's maiden
Mm-hmm.
name is Biggs. And had my mom been a man or a boy, I would be named Biggs too. So
Oh,
Wow.
okay.
yeah, Biggs is my family. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you took the ancestry test. Now,
I
what
took
I did was, what I did. Thanks, Doc. I appreciate you, bro. I didn't do a mouth swab because
oh, we didn't do the Apgar one?
I've heard that the mouth swabs are somewhat inaccurate. I mean, they do compare it to other people with that same
Mm-hmm.
DNA to give you some good results, but
Yeah.
I've heard that some of it is just like a little fugazi to know exactly where somebody comes from. So what I
I
did
know
was
like
I used um
I
what's up, family? I used
What's good, man?
I used census,
mm-hmm.
right? And birth certificates, birth records in order to trace back each and every step. So mine isn't based on mouth swabs, it's based on birth
Oh, okay.
records and census
Hey, April.
Mm-hmm.
to kind of give
Yeah.
that picture of like, wow, these are like real records that put everybody all the way together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sometimes
Wow.
like I did the ones with the mouth swab and some of my cousins came up on my like a lot of my cousins came up on my list on the
They came up
ancestry.com,
on
like
there, yeah,
a
yeah.
whole lot of them were there.
That
They
you
Wow.
told me
already knew was
who
your
was
cousins.
yeah, I knew they were my cousins. Yeah, they were like they told me which ones were my first, which ones was my third, my fourth, all the way up to my fifth.
Mhm.
I have like 200 and something cousins, and some not even known.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's what's up.
So
yeah,
yours is
That is
accurate.
really cool. Yeah, I want to
yeah,
do the mouth swab too, though. I definitely do.
yeah. My
Well,
sister.
if
I want to do the I want to do the mouth swab, but what I heard a couple of years ago was people
mm,
are starting to like use that to trace stuff to crime. I don't want nobody to pin nothing on me, so I don't know if I want anybody to have my DNA.
yeah, I understand that, bro. Really, really. So if y'all go out here, well, in the let me pick up this book again. This is my mother, you guys, and her name was Janet K. Smetley or Janet K. Biggs. That's her maiden name. And we moved out. If you look outside here, there is a house in the lobby. We moved into a house. It was 2005 Philadelphia Drive, and this house, I think that it was like some haunted stuff, man, because my mom died in the house, and before we moved in there, when we got there, our first day, we go into this like little attic area. And in this attic area, you open the door When you look to the right, there was a coffin in this attic, and it was filled with like clothes and stuff. Like it looked like somebody was just using it as some type of storage place or something. But there was indeed a coffin there,
That's
and
crazy.
it is seriously. And like as I was a kid when we moved there. I was, I think, maybe 5 or 6 years old. But w- when we one day, like I had woke up and like, I don't know if I was dreaming or if this is something that I really seen or what, but I thought that it was real. So I woke up and I seen like a couple of kids like in our hallway. And I told my stepfather what I seen. And like he was just a evil person, man, for real. He was like bragging about it all the time that I seen some little kids like playing in the hallway, like some ghost type figures. Well, fast forward a couple of years, my mother died in this house. And then after we moved out of the house, another family moved in there and a person died. And then
Wow.
in the receipts, all of these news articles, by the way, the things that I'm telling you guys are in the book. And then
Yeah.
someone else died in the house. So three people, and the last person that died in there, he was a famous barber in Dayton, and he was shot and killed in the hallway of this same house, 2005 Philadelphia Drive. The house is right out here. You can kind of like get a picture of it. And it was just a bunch of stuff that went on with the house even after that. So when you get the book, there's a whole chapter on this crazy house, man, that we lived in, and all of the receipts and stuff that actually happened in the house to my family. By the way, there's something else that I would like to tell you guys about the house. I don't want to say it because it's an important part of the book. So I'll hold off on saying that, but house is another uh really interesting subject and chapter in the book, man. So the book is here. I think I pointed to it a little bit earlier using my pointer here. But if you click this link, you guys can subscribe to the newsletter, and the book is still being printed right now. So you guys can just subscribe, give me your email address, and when it comes out, of course, I'll give you guys a notification that the book is out and ready. It'll be available on Amazon for digital download, and I got hardcover books too for you if you would like the book. And every book that you buy as a hardcover, you get the Stolen by Ahava Elyon merch. We got some real sweet shirts that we're gonna give away to everybody who buys the book. And the book, the t-shirts are, I own a company called T-Shirt Kings. And so the shirts that I'm using are high-end t-shirts, really soft like Bella Canvas t-shirts that feel good on your skin. So you can actually order the book, or you can register right here at this link for us to just give you a notification when the book comes out, and then you can get it then. Or you can uh February, no, I think my March the 1st, the digital download will be available on Amazon. Or you can digital download from iwasstolen.com. All right. All right, you guys. I'll let everybody go and take care of their business. I know the Dallas Cowboys is playing. I know it's all ladies in here. Y'all might not even be watching it. Or you might. Who knows? But I know that Rich has been up since probably 4 o'clock this morning getting this place ready,
Nah,
man. So I'm gonna
oh
let
my
my brother go
God.
ahead and get some rest.
Right, Rich is Superman.
All right, nice place.
April, no, I get up earlier than that.
All right. I look forward to your book coming out. I
Man,
told you
thank you,
I was in
brother.
the middle of
Man, thank
cooking
you.
dinner. I told you I was gonna come through. I'm a man of my word. So
Man, thank you, bro.
Thanks for
Thank you,
coming
thank you,
out.
thank you. I
yeah.
really appreciate you
So now
coming,
I'm
bro.
about to go eat.
All right. Go, man. Enjoy your dinner, family.
All right. See
Real
you
stuff.
later.
All
Thanks
right.
for
I
sharing
got
Thank you.
us.
Can
one
I have
more
a hug
Thanks
from
for
you?
cigar.
sharing us.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
it. Yep.
Oh, really?
Yep. Don't forget to subscribe to our newsletter, you know.
Okay.
I'm thinking I'm probably I'm gonna do it
I
one
was
day myself.
stole.com.
I've been thinking about doing it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm
All
definitely gonna
right.
do it.
Thank you.
Mm,
Sure.
Thank you.
really?
Oh, you're welcome.
Wow.
Oh, hold on. Let me. You're welcome. I was
Thank you. I appreciate
I
you.
was wondering why you changed your name. I looked. I was like,
Wow.
I said, okay.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Now I know. Now I understand what happened. Yeah. This is
Yeah.
very interesting. I can't wait to
Oh,
read it
you talking
myself
about on Instagram?
on Facebook.
Oh,
Just
on Facebook.
period. I
Okay.
was wondering.
Wow.
I was like,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, he done
You
changed his name.
you
Like,
should share that with
Yeah.
him.
yeah,
You mind sharing that with
So
him?
you
yeah.
and
I was.
Dayton?
Yeah, it's.
Go on, let's
I
tell
don't
him.
want everybody to hear who it is because I'm trying to keep my identity under wraps. But my real identity anyway.
Ooh, who is
I'm gonna hit you and tell you. I ain't about to say it in here. There's
this?
people in here.
Hey, April
But
wanted to tell
yeah,
you.
I was
Oh, low
super
key.
interested. Super interested. I was like,
Yeah.
damn. I ended up. I had to change my last name too, but that's another story.
Did
But
you?
I'm definitely gonna get this book. Yeah, I'm gonna hit you. I'll let you know who it is. Right.
Okay. All right, bet. Check in. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey,
Good stuff,
you know you
man.
can click your hand and your outfits are in there. So if
Oh,
you
okay.
click your hand, no, the palm of it. Yeah. Let's see if you can do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, wait a minute. Let me close it back
Yeah.
out. You said click the palm.
Yeah.
The palm of my hand. Oh, okay, okay, yes. Yes, yes, yes. I see. Okay, okay. Thank
Hmm.
you, because I would have
Yeah.
never knew.
So if you go into ATLX and do that, it'll work
Wow.
just like that. But I'll share the MRE with you also. So, but
Oh,
Okay.
I
to make
don't
a
know if I
catching. Yeah.
actually
Yeah. Yeah.
need to share it with you because
Is it okay?
pretty much
Now
everywhere you
she is
go
actually good
in our
friends with one
spots,
of
you
my
can do that.
close
But
friends, Carlos Knox. He
if
coached
you ever
her
go host for someone
and
else,
worked with her
you can
in
give
with the
as long as
Indianapolis
they've got the
Fever.
Lux
Yeah.
VR MRE running, which
Yes.
most people are gonna
Yeah.
have it running. All you do is click your hand and
Yeah.
you can
So
put your stuff
what?
on.
Okay, cool. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to when you get a second, I know you got a
You,
rest or whatever. So maybe tomorrow,
okay. So
can you
what?
hit me up? I just need to
Where
talk
are
to you
you
about a
from?
few things. Because I'm
Okay.
ready
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
start making content, but I'm yeah, we'll just talk about it
What
tomorrow. You get
what
some
time
rest.
works for you tomorrow? In the morning or
Um,
in the afternoon?
So
afternoon.
you in California?
Okay. All right. So I'm on Pacific time. You're in Hawaii?
Oh, I
No,
love
I'm in
Cali. I
where
love
am I? I'm in Moses
California.
Lake now. I'm in Washington. So I
Yeah.
think I'm on the
Oh,
same
okay.
time
So
as
we're on
you.
the same time
I
zone then.
love it.
How about
Yeah,
tomorrow, 11 o'clock, 11 or 12?
I come at
that's fine. 12.
I go to LA
All
from
right. Hit
time
me
to
12.
at 12.
time
Yes, sir.
and
Have a good
All
night.
San
righty.
Diego.
You too.
What part of Cali you in?